Okay, so hello, welcome, representatives of Twin International Multihelix. Today we are going to have a very interesting international webinar presenting excellent people and excellent companies. The purpose of team networking is as a networking of life science clusters and technological parks is that we are promoting international visibility and hope and really helping them to be connected with other parts of the world, which will help regional and international development in that case. Now, before we start, I was still a technical question. Ursula, you will have to be checking whether people are waiting because I'm not the host, to admit them to the webinar. And now another technical part. We are going to present Slovenian company Biosistemica, and a Romanian innovator who is developing the heart prosthesis. It's really interesting match, not really a match in activities, but both are very, very innovative, and they are really making difference in their environments, and I hope also internationally. So I would give the word to Jana Rjavec from Biosistemica and ask her to present to us what are their achievements and how they can really contribute to the worldwide economy, I would say, not only research, but also economy. The floor is yours, Jana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alenka, and thank you for inviting me to share some more information about Biosistemica. So you see here that what Biosistemica does is digital solutions and services for laboratories, but actually we do much more. So we are, let's say, an interdisciplinary company that is constantly, thinking how we can improve our world. So, really quick, a few words about the company. We are a team of experts that like to say, that understands laboratories inside out. Company started as, a spun out company from National Institute of Biology here in Slovenia. And then the team expanded with a team of software developers, UX designers, and, other experts. And this is our specialty. So although we develop software, we are not, not just our own products, but also services for other companies. We are, very specific in terms of our domain knowledge. So our specialty is software for laboratories, as you can see here. Our vision, our company vision, is to improve and positively impact thousands of human lives globally through innovative scientific and diagnostic software. So this is important. So we develop software for scientific and diagnostic applications. And, as you are aware, both are really important, so that we can get high quality data, or that we can get fast and accurate diagnostic results really fast. And we are doing this by unleashing full potential of data, which means that, data is gold. Of course, software is important, but data is ultimately, where you find new results, with which you can predict new outcomes, with which you can improve your work. We do this by using our life sciences experience, myself. So I didn't introduce myself, actually. My background is in biotechnologies, or I'm microbiologist. I'm PhD in biotechnology. And advanced engineering. As you will see, we have really innovative project called Datana, which is storing digital data into DNA form. So that's our vision. We are currently around 50 people. In the meantime, we have also grown, and we span out another product. So we are constantly thinking, how to develop new products, new services that can benefit other people. All right. So Biosystemica has three main pillars. One is custom software development, where
Jana, excuse me, we do not see changing slides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me try again.
Yeah, we just saw the first one.
Okay. One second. I will share entire screen and it should work.
Yeah, now it's okay. We see three pillars. Good. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Great. So yeah, basically custom software development, where we again focus on developing software for laboratories or laboratory applications. We collaborate here with device manufacturers mainly, but we also develop, specific platforms just, for the purpose of, one laboratory or one organization. We have our own software products. We also do digitalization consulting services, and I could also add another pillar, which is R&D. As I mentioned Datana earlier, and you will see later, we focus, we invest a lot into research and development as well. So we started off in year 2010, and we started as a product company. So we developed a Genio qPCR automation workflow software, and then followed by Plater, which is a really nice pipetting application used for, to track where you're putting your samples with manual pipetting. In 2015, we have released Synode Electronic Lab Notebook, which is a US-based company now. And it's one of the top R&D electronic lab notebooks in the world. In 2017, another idea came to the world, so Datana, DNA data storage. And throughout the year, so in the meantime, you see that the company's main pillar is software development, and lately also digitalization consulting service. So we collaborate with different partners and are part of different societies and initiatives. We are proud ambassadors of so Green Creative Smart initiative in Slovenia. Also, we actively participate in associations for initiatives for standardization. For example, SILA integration that defines communication protocols between laboratory devices and software. As a company, we are also proud of our achievement, the fact that we are a reliable, financially reliable partner, as well as promoting Biosystemica and also constantly and organically growing. All right, so a bit about our products and services. So 3 pillars again. Now we're moving to the first pillar, custom software development. So a bit of a background. This is not our software. This is an example of how software applications look like, or it often look like. It's better nowadays, but 5 years ago even it was like this. So the software was not very user friendly, and not so you would buy this expensive complex device for your laboratory, which might cost a couple of hundred to couple of million euro, but then the software would be very unintuitive, not user friendly, and perhaps then only 1 or 2 people in the entire organization would be able to use this. I like to, picture this as, having this. So machine is like this really nice car, like a big, NMR machine, let's say. This really nice car, and the user interface, the inside of the car would look like this, right? So from the beginning onwards, we already knew that if we want to make, if we want to improve user adoption or make it easier for the users to onboard and use the machine, the software needs to be user friendly. This does not have to, influence negatively on the actual output of the software. So the software needs to be expert. It's meant for the specific purpose and the complex calculations, the complex analysis. But still, more emphasis can be put on this user experience. So yeah, we really believe that it should be intuitive, user-friendly, and communicate the expertise of the people who create it. So I mentioned this earlier. We collaborate with device manufacturers, software providers, and laboratories directly. So we develop software for those, and in various fields of application. So molecular biology, in vitro diagnostic space, so IVD software, drug discovery, biologics, image analysis, food analysis, etc. Also liquid handling a lot, actually, and lab automation. So there's a broad area of applications, but again, focusing on this laboratory or life sciences and IVD software. So on this slide, you can see some of our partners. We are really proud that we have long-term collaborations with our customers. So if they have multiple projects in the pipeline, they really like to work with us. And that's that about the services part. Moving to our proprietary products. So we have a tablet-based application, Plater. As I said, we created Synode. It's now a separate company based in the US, electronic lab notebook, and an innovative project, Datana. So this is Plater. As I said, it helps with manual pipetting to micro-titer plates. It's used in many diagnostic laboratories. It was very popular in COVID era, where all these mobile labs, they couldn't really afford the automation, to be on every terrain. And it's used also in biotech and pharma a lot because not all processes can be fully automated. For example, cherry picking from one plate to another or transferring samples to one plate to another. This requires extreme precision, and if you make mistake, it costs a lot of money. So it's a really nice tool, and and it's used across the world, really. The second one is Synode that I've mentioned. So it is 21 CFR Part 11 and FDA compliant in general. So electronic laboratory notebook. It's meant for R&D processes. So it's not like a laboratory information management system. But it's mainly used in R&D laboratories and in really prominent organizations such as FDA, NHS, and many pharma companies and biotech companies as well as at universities. So it's very popular also in research departments at universities. And now Datana. Datana is a really, really ambitious project that we started in 2017, and the whole idea is to transfer the digital code, which consists of zeros and ones, into a DNA code. And why at all would we need this, right? So we are aware that in the world, the amount of data that we produce every day is growing tremendously, and there is already, and there will be even worse, global shortage of storage supply. with all the AI or machine learning algorithms and data outputs, this will grow exponentially. So at the moment, only half of the world's data is being stored. It is projected that in 5 years, it will be only 20% of data. There's a need to find a storage that is, effective, but also, has sustainable, so that it doesn't have, a really bad, carbon footprint. And DNA offers itself as a really, really, great medium because it holds exceptional capabilities. Just to illustrate a few. So it has 150,000 times greater capacity per gram compared with magnetic tape, so to store the data. Also, if you can imagine, you have the entire genome in one of your cells, right? And then, if you would save this to a storage medium, it would take, gigabytes of space. So, and you have the entire genome in one cell. So it's very durable. It lasts 1.2 million years. It's the oldest DNA that was successfully sequenced. And the cost of maintenance compared also to the storage, existing storage system, is really practically zero, because you could put the entire world's data into one canister or one bottle at the moment. And it's very stable at the room temperature, so you don't need special cooling systems, electricity to maintain it, and so on. Okay. So basically, for those of you who are more intrigued by this project, so how it works, so this digital data, so this can be digital files, are converted into short pre-assembled DNA strands. And then these DNA strands are synthesized into a long DNA chain. And then assembled, and then this is already a written document, and this can be stored at the room temperature. And then how you retrieve this is, you can retrieve this anytime by using DNA sequencing technology, and then we apply our own algorithm that recognizes those segments and reads the document back. If you're thinking, is this already a reality? Actually, it is. So we have successfully done several pilot projects. Also, we are already pursuing commercial application for long-term storage of this sensitive data. So the technology is there, of course, to become, like commercially available everywhere. It will still take some years, but it's definitely something that also big companies like, Microsoft and, Twist Bioscience, etc., are pursuing, and, it is considered an important technology for data storage. Okay, so if you want to read more about the Tana, you're welcome to visit the Tana storage.com. And also, if you want to make contact with the Tana team to perhaps discuss some of the project opportunities, you're all invited also to write to their email. Okay. LabGate is a new product that is under development currently, and it's actually a very simple application. So I've mentioned at the beginning, so we really believe that, by digitalizing laboratories or some of the processes that are historically very manual, we can really improve the efficiency, performance, and also competitiveness of laboratories. So we develop a customer portal that automates this, ordering of analysis. So instead of sending an email to the, services laboratory, I want to I want to, order a sample. You can do this through a customer portal. You get also the certificate of analysis back through the customer portal. So you don't lose, nobody loses precious time, writing on paper, and sending this via mail or email, etc. So it's under development. And if you want to learn more about this, you can contact me. You will find my contact details at the end of this presentation. All right. So we will do Q&A at the end of the presentation. So I will continue with digitalization consulting. So the challenge with digitalization project is really global, right? Digitalization is not happening, of course, only in laboratories. You can see in our everyday lives that you have, your bank account, you have a bank application on your mobile phone. Everything is happening through mobile devices. So in that sense, laboratory digitalization is actually even lagging behind. But this major changes, like, changing the entire process, or digitally transforming the organization so that you really change everything tremendously, is a big challenge. And the data shows that 70% of digital transformation projects fail, not just laboratory ones, in general. And this is a huge challenge. And of course, a lot of money is lost because of this. So what we do, as really with a lot, we have a lot of experience. I was working in the lab for 10 years, my colleagues as well. We are constantly working with laboratories directly, developing the applications. We see, where the biggest pain is, and what is sometimes keeping people from implementing a new solution. So we help them, through digitalization consulting process and services, to perhaps map their processes, to identify the biggest bottlenecks, to identify the right solution, like LIMS or ELN or LIS system. So, this is an extension of our services. We have also published a co-edited and co-authored book, Digital Transformation Laboratory. It's meant for those that have only started to think about it. So it's really, has the basic advice and basic knowledge. And again, if you will have any questions about any of this, you can contact me directly. And we're also very prone to, to any kind of collaboration. At this point, I think it's worth mentioning that Biosystemica has really, really strong project history and successfully completed grant project. So as an SME, we are currently finishing EIC Accelerator grant. We are just leading as a lead partner the Pathfinder EIC Pathfinder project. And when we did also some custom software development and digitalization consulting projects, some of them we actually did as part of the this grant funding project ideas. So if anyone from the audience would be interested in this kind of collaboration, we are happy to do this as well. All right, and some final words. We are really again grateful for to the team to invite Biosystemica to speak today. You're invited to visit our webpage, so biosystemica.com, and don't hesitate to contact me directly regarding any kind of collaboration. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna. It's very impressive. And I would just ask the present participants whether you have any questions for Jana. Yes, Joan?
Jana, do you know of any other companies that are doing something similar that you are with Daytona? for the
Yeah.
DNA data storage?
Yes. So there are quite a lot actually. So one of the biggest is Twist Bioscience. I'm not sure now whether they're California based or Massachusetts. So there was a lot of initiative on the Microsoft side as well. So Microsoft is definitely involved as well. Illumina as one of the key DNA data storage alliance partner. So if you want the list of the companies, there is a DNA data storage alliance where you can find the list of all the companies participating, including Biosystemica with Datana. So and the purpose is, to raise the market awareness about the technology. So it's a joint effort of all the companies that are doing this at the moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Well, maybe I would put a question to you. I was really amazed when I learned about Datana, about when you started working with it, and I thought it was really a great idea. And do you see any extension of using of this methodology also for maybe changing or collecting patients' information, healthcare information, and transferring to AI and to enable better better use of this information, because it's very important for machine learning to have as many as possible data, and then also help with the better diagnosis.
Yeah, thank you for the question. So the biggest difference is between what Datana is doing is we have digital information and we make synthetic DNA out of it, which has no relation whatsoever to our own DNA, right? Except that it's the code is let's say the same, but it's synthetic DNA. And of course, storing data in such a form has numerous possibilities, really, and numerous applications. But this long-term storage is the most obvious one at the beginning. What you're asking is also a very important and topic, and a lot of the new, it is happening in terms of DNA sequencing in the healthcare space. In my opinion, sooner or later, we will all have genome sequenced because this is a prerequisite for curing certain diseases, for personalized medicine, so for drug application. So it's a really, really exciting area. So the sequencing technology, will definitely be there for the foreseeable future. And all the applications that will come out of it, there's such a huge there's so many possibilities that we would need another webinar to discuss them all, probably.
Thank you. But what I was maybe I did not put my question correctly. What I was thinking is about healthcare records, not sequencing, because healthcare records should be anonymized. And if that can happen through the process of storing data in DNA, that would be a very welcome, or it would be overcoming all the GDPR and other issues, because you could collect similar data for similar disease and so on.
Definitely, DNA offers also the option of anonymizing the data. Even now, when we are storing the data, it is encrypted, so that when it's stored, that even if somebody would be able to sequence it and apply the right algorithm, they would still not know, what the data entails. And in terms of storage of healthcare records, there's also a lot of opportunities in terms of long-term storage of such records and healthcare archives. On the, for the fast retrieval of data, DNA storage is not at the moment appropriate. So you could not compare the speed of a hard drive to the DNA data storage, right? Because you still need to sequence it, and it takes some time to apply algorithms. So when you need data instantly, the data storage is not. But in terms of data anonymization, there's definitely, something that DNA can support. There are, of course, other technologies also that are available and are offering this data anonymization. But in terms of long-term storage, the healthcare industry is also very
It's keen, probably.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Thank you very much again. Thank you for taking your time. I think we will still have a lot of people looking at the presentation later on. So now we started talking about healthcare, and I would invite our next speaker, Alexander Presoianu, who also kind of really impressed me by his presentation, his first presentation of what they are doing in Mavis, in their technology center. So, Alexandro, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Alenka. And it was a huge surprise for me when you called me few tens minutes ago to say, hey, you have a presentation today.
Because we were talking about this months ago.
Yeah. I am after a marathon of conferences, 3 weeks or so. And the European Artificial Organs Conference, I was like sleeping 4 hours a day, involving every day and every night in all activities, and they have a lot of fun there. But the problem was this Monday, I was feeling sick, and I tested myself, and I have now COVID, and I disconnected completely. Like I said to the guys at the office, hey guys, I will not come. And I didn't check anymore. I was just sleeping.
I'm sorry.
But I'm feeling good now, as you can see. After 2 days of sleeping very well, recovering.
Yeah, it's needed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back on track. And actually, I was when you called me, I was cutting the grass in the backyard. So yeah.
So you are better. Good.
Yeah. So thank you for not letting me miss this wonderful meeting, and of course I want to share with you my experience regarding our contribution in developing the healthcare, and I, as citing Alenka, I wear 2 hats today. Usually I wear only one, and I have a purpose on this to focus, but they are mixing together. Like I'm in an innovation technology center, and I also want to share with you my screen in Iași, Romania. So I hope
we see. Okay, yeah,
you see it. Yes. So but I also have my dream to contribute to a medical system. So
and talk about your dream.
Yeah, and my dream is connected with this center where I contributed to developing in Iași, and we have a new approach or modern approach, like not focusing on technology, focusing on human-centered design, looking at the first in problem space, then developing concepts, prototyping, early prototyping, testing and validating, and going back to see if we met the needs from the problem space. And that I will give you an example today with my dream of and this is called Clean Heart. And what it's all about, it's about helping patients with heart failure. And every heart matters, this is why, because I was experienced, and I think even if we are not aware, every one of us lost somebody prematurely by some kind of cardiovascular disease. And heart failure actually is a silent killer. We have more than 64 million people worldwide suffering by heart failure. And advanced heart failure is actually very problematic, with high cost of hospitalization and treatment. And we see that is very wide range in prevalence in different countries. And yes, of course, we have solutions. We don't have to put ourselves the hands on our eyes to say, yeah, I have something new. No, we have something, and actually we, for long-term support, we have only one device that can help patients in need, and we have the gold standard heart transplantation. But as I think we are all aware, the human organs are not like off the shelf, so we don't have enough. We don't have 64 millions. Actually, are like 6,000 hearts available worldwide in a year, and so it's a huge gap between the demand and the offer of this. And always is somebody that is also losing, like the trauma team is losing a patient to give a heart to a heart failure patient. So we are looking for developing something that will not require somebody else to die for a heart failure patient to survive. So we have only one device, but only 2,500 implants are made worldwide, and this is too less. And we are start looking of what are the problems, and the problems almost every time are is cost. So the cost is a huge problem with these devices. So it's merely unavailable for countries that are not highly developed. And also in the high developed countries, if you are not rich or have good assurance, you will not get one of these devices. Infections is another problem, because a driveline for these mechanical pumps is penetrated the skin. Thrombosis, it's an artificial thing implanted inside the body, and the blood is very very reactive to a foreign body. And the high invasiveness of the implantation procedure limits the expansion of this therapy. So starting from these devices, we discussed with physicians, we discussed with patients communities, and we were looking at state of the art, and we decided that we needed to design a durable, wireless, minimally invasive, and simple device. And starting from this, we were thinking, yeah, this will build something that could be the next thing in treating these patients. So I will go fast forward to our results, how we imagined in our team to make these devices. So we were changing from implanting into the heart for no heart surgery. We're breaking the rules for like traditional how these devices were implanted. So we choose to make like a pacemaker implantation. So half an hour is the implantation, not 6 hours. 24 hours or 48 hours, patients could go home, not after a month. So this implantation for us, it was a huge advancement. And of course, this is not enough to tackle the other problems, but offer us the opportunity to being implanted not in the thoracic area, but under the skin, very easy to wirelessly power. So we can tackle also the infection problem. So we proceed with hemocompatibility, and to test the device, how the blood circulates inside, and we innovate how this active part is only one part. So very simple, one part moving, and this levitates inside the pump, so it's not in contact with anything else, creating friction or heat or particles. And we are looking forward to see good results when we will have hemocompatibility test. And we have two kinds of devices. In the left side, you will see like flat devices, like a plate to implant under the skin, and on the right side you have more like a tubular, like a tube, like axial flow pump and radial flow pump. And we purpose these two kind of devices, speaking with physicians, for long term, this kind of devices implanted under the skin, wirelessly powered, and for short term, this kind of devices implanted transcatheter. So no surgical intervention, not at all for this kind of. So you can save a patient that is in acute heart failure or cardiogenic shock in a few minutes. You will not need too much time to give the hemodynamic support. Yeah, but of course, it's not only this. We have to. We had a plan. We started last year, and we start building alliances and start looking with people with who we should collaborate, because you cannot do it by yourself. And looking into the mirror, we saw that we are not the experts in blood damage, computational models, and computed fluid dynamics. And we were looking for having a collaboration with a world-class institution. And actually now, today, I'm in Aachen, because I'm a guest research in Aachen cardiovascular engineering, one of the most famous institution in cardiovascular engineering in the world. So I decided to move myself, to sell my car and my motorcycle to come here and to learn and to share with these guys our story. So to learn from them what is the dynamic of the blood. From they have 50 years of experience, so this is something that you cannot achieve overnight, and also to share with them our ideas of next thing in this field. And our plan was to have in next year a prototype. Actually, we already have it, and to make ex vivo test. We also started this test this year. So we had kind of accelerating, and I will tell you later why we had this leap in our development. And this, I think, this is now coming here to Aachen, where they launch artificial hearts, ventricular assist devices, all kind, valves, oxygenators, multi-billion spin-offs. I don't know, a huge amount of patients that benefit from their products launched from these academic institutions. They told me, Alex, you are too optimistic with this first in human, but I'm optimistic that they are right. So they said to me, you need 100 million euro and perseverance to go further for 10 years, even if the weather is bad, even the storm will come, you have to stick to your dream. Otherwise, nothing will happen. We have the experience. We launched a lot of spin-offs in this field, and we had a lot of failures. So not only success, everybody knows about the success because we advertise success, but when you go there and speak with those people that are from the beginning in the field and they saw the entire story, they can tell you about what can go wrong and things that I could never imagine in the clinic that could go wrong. So you have a good product, but if you don't train the clinician to use it, you may fail. So I was not thinking about this because I was not tackling this kind of problem. So it's very important for me to be here, to be in contact with these people. And I guess that so our plan was to do this CFD. So I was doing this in Aachen for the last 3 months. Motor design, we are already having collaboration with company for doing this biomaterial, people emerged into this. So we were very open speaking. We were at national TV stations, and but we still don't have a team. So I said we, because we are many people involved in this, but the main problem for me is like the core team, like not mercenaries, people that are staying as long as they are paid for, people that will stay and they will put the like I'm available to do this, like putting the house on guaranteeing that for this, like not asking for others to invest before they put the risk something. So I'm still looking for this kind of founders for this team. And after this, we will look for financing, for paying mercenaries, let's say. So professionals that they don't stick to your dream. They have different dream, but they are very good on very narrow problems. And we started with these guys inside here. So heart surgeons, cardiologists, biomedical engineers, nephrologists, and but every of these guys that you see, excepting this one in the low right, is have their own agenda. So they were enthusiastic that something will happen, but it's not their dream. Maybe this guy here, because his dream is to perform a heart transplantation, and maybe we are friends, and maybe he will stick to this. And but something happens unexpectedly. So we received some fresh blood. A university from Australia organized something very unusual for this field. A heart hackathon is the worldwide competition for students to develop next generation of artificial heart. So when I saw this, I said, hey, this is somebody else cares about this field as much as I. So I should share this initiative, and I will promote this in our university. And I was very passionate about speaking about this. So more than 30 students from biomedical engineering and medical school in our university joined to this new project of developing a total artificial heart, so a device that's replacing the heart. So we could a very good infusion of fresh blood and people that are like kind of pure. Let's say they don't anything about this field, and you can be sometimes like, wow, seeing their perspective that is very fresh. So we benefited from this, and also with this, we give a good concept, and we qualified in the final in the that will be in Dallas in late October and 29th of October in Dallas, where are qualified 8 teams worldwide from different continents, and we are there with these guys, and everybody, when they said, hey, it's a kind of fight, it's kind of competition, this becomes interesting, is public appealing, and all TV stations, national TV stations, came to our laboratory and make stories about us, and we overnight, we and these guys, especially the students, become kind of small stars, and this coagulated the community to support us, and we receive from different, we didn't expect, different persons give us money, give us some services. University supported us to go to Dallas, so they were even more supportive, and they were very proud, like their parents said, hey, I saw you on the TV. So it was very beneficial for us. They stick, and we did those progress that I told you about having the prototype 1 year earlier than we expected, with money and materials that we received, and their workforce, we could accelerate our development in a way that we couldn't imagine before. So surprise, and of course, yeah, we tackle something. So we discovered, like, being so many people, we discover also some problems, like why we are doing this. And if you are saying, like, it's like fashion now to say we are doing this because we are care about the patient that are in need, and this is all, you lie yourself, because it's also about you. When you are in the airplane and they say to you, if in case of emergency, you should put yourself the mask of oxygen first, and then help the one in the left and on the right. So you have also to look to yourself. This brings me happy. This makes me feel like this is my calling. And some things are like nice, like, hey, we are in a worldwide competition, do you want to join? They join. And I expected to have only from 30 to have only 3. At the end, we have actually about 20. So we lose only very, very small percentage comparing with what I expected, because they figuring out if it's their dream, it's their calling, if they like it or not. You don't have to stick to something that is not for you. Imagine Messi, the football player, trying to be a computer geek because he's fashionable. We all lose if these guys that have a talent go to the need, what people needs, and I will make money. No, you will not make. You will make money when you bring value, and you bring value when you go to your talent, express your talent, like Dali or musicians, let's say. Not everybody should be engineers, not everybody should be lawyers. We should be what we are designed to be, and very important for this to see why we are doing this. I'm very passionate about everybody see around me that I'm so into this. So this is my field, but I also see that not everybody is passionate about this, and I don't have to be upset. They should follow their heart. So yeah, so a very good insights for this experience. And now I'm also involved in kind of mentoring startups. We with this innovation center, we were from very early. We were involved in different kind of activities, and we now are kind of offering support for startups. And I'm from some of this competition. I'm kind of mentor, like advising these fresh initiatives, and I also ask them, hey, why you are doing this? Because it was my thesis, and I had to do it, to have a diploma, and now I think it's cool to continue. And hey, nobody else is doing this, what you are doing. You made a review, a systematic review, what state of the art. He said, no, I didn't, because it was not important for doing my, yeah, but you have to also look at yourself, you like it, but also to look up the need, not like what is in your head, what you are thinking that they need. Go there and see what is missing. If McDonald's gives you a meal that is cheap and is tasty, and you go and see what is missing, maybe the healthy or other aspects that we need, maybe we don't need this, but the idea is to give more. If you want to enter this, to make like a building a company or providing something to this world, don't give the world the same thing that is already they have. Give them something improved. This is innovation. Improve the things. the needs are changing, constantly changing, and we are seeing this all the time. Technology is changing, creating new needs, creating new problems like sedentarism or stuff like that. We didn't imagine before that we will have such problems with our electronic devices. And cybersecurity, for example, we didn't imagine when we put this online and we have access worldwide. And after we figuring out, and some guys were smart enough to see it, that this is a need, and they cover it. So yeah, we don't always have this, and we should keep our hearts open, and also our mind open to empathize with others, but also to see inside us, to see who we are, to deliver something valuable to us and to the world. So thank you for listening me. I hope it was not too much. It was
thank you.
so short, like I was.
It was very inspiring, Alexandru, and I'm enthusiastic about you again in a new way. And since we met in Yash in February, a lot of development has happened since then, and I'm happy for you. Thank you again for your time and for your excellent presentation. I would ask people who are present, Moa, Ursula, Joan, do you have any questions for Alexandru? Yes, Ursula, yeah.
I don't have a really question, but I really enjoyed the passion you show for your project, and passion will take you a long way. But I think that you need the money too to get your team. So I think the team. We don't have all the team members here now, but I think that we should all go back home in our kind of networks and think about, is there anybody in those networks that could help of having a kind of maybe at least a contribution to your work there. So I think we should all do that, and we will be meeting again later in September in the team network. We have monthly meetings and discuss this again, because I think we should help your passionate work going forward to facilitate for patients in need. And as you said, we can all become patients in need.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I'm looking for this kind of continuing, because I also have to pay the rent where I'm staying, and I'm running out of money, and I was very impetuous, like I will go there no matter what. I was speaking with the guys, and they say, if you pay, you are welcome from tomorrow. And that, yeah, so we have to be resilient, and also to be sustainable in our adventure. So yeah, I'm very aware of this. Actually, I have a bachelor degrees in business administration also. So I know how important it is to be sustainable also financially. Yeah, thank you.
Have any reading, any links or anything like that we could receive? I guess that you have published or whatever you can help us with information that we can send to potential interested people.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
You can send to Alenka maybe, and then you can
Yeah. Send how you can be reached, or how you can be presented to others who might contribute. Yeah, because I know that for years you have been working voluntarily with all your team for no payment for years, and it's time that you stop doing that. As you said, you have to think about yourself too, because you have a heart of a lion, and you have a lot of energy, and the idea that you are working with a student is excellent. So you're exchanging experience, you're getting new energy, new ideas. But of course, as you said, you cannot do it forever.
I lose everyone of them.
Yeah. If you look at Maslow, basic needs should be taken care of, and then you can keep on dreaming. But as you saw today, both our guests were really looking at what the market needs, or how the market could evolve. This is more important for both of you because you are innovating, bringing new ideas and bringing new solutions which do not exist yet. And this is, you are creating new markets. And this is kind of a revolutionary work and visionary work. You are visionary, and we will try to help you as much as we can from our side. Spread the news to, or the needs to our partners, to our members, and try to do something good also for you, because the purpose of team is really to internationally, to learn about what's important also internationally, and to act, to help promoting, or to help surviving, or of course later on thriving the new ideas. And we are quite powerful, being on 3 continents, having a lot of members of from business and from research. And the more you are known, the better chances there are to get support, I think. So I would also, as Ursula said, I would ask all the members to maybe spread the word. You will send to me or to Ursula, to whoever, how can you be reached? And then we will spread this around through the network and see. It's really, really great that you attended, and I'm glad I caught you, because if you were sleeping, I could not wake you up and give you a phone call.
Yeah.
Because some time ago we have been checking, but you said, okay, I'm going to be there. But okay, I think the luck will be on your side, because the luck is with the brave, and you are a brave heart, and I wish you all the best also, and I think we all wish you all the best also in the future. And you will do it. You will succeed. I told you will succeed.
Yeah.
Because the luck is with the brave, and you have perseverance, you have good ideas, and also very good leadership, and you have passion, which is really kind of a motor of what you are doing with your groups and with your also with your partners. And I'm glad that you move so that you can change environment. It's important to share and to get experience from other environments, because of course then the devil is in little details.
Yeah.
And if you find the devil, then you're going to succeed, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm sure
right
about that. Okay, all
Thank
the best. Do you have any more comments, please?
And very inspiring story, and I will keep it on my radar. If I see anything on my side, I definitely connect with you.
Thank you, John.
Good.
Thank you very much, and we'll be back in one way or the other to you, Alexandra. So thanks a lot for a brilliant presentation, and really inspiring to hear how passionate you are. The word we have in TIM for this year is really co-creation. That is what we're aiming at. So co-creation would be something that we should do.
Yeah. So I was actually speaking at this last conference at Artificial Organs. I didn't have a paper, but I was pitching more than my entire life. Like everybody that was there, I was going to tell the story in 1 minute. And yeah, so this was very, very intense for me to meet different people. Of course, they were in the same field as me, and to share with them this dream, and that I have this mission. And yeah, so was very, very interesting to see what is happening, because people notice, hey, you tell me that is not only a story, that the entire community come together, and to when they understand, when they have the sense of, hey, what is going on here? Is this guy is not doing for himself? Yeah, we can contribute. Is our story all together? We can be part of this. Yeah.
And just this, that you are so strong leader, I'm sure is going to help you to a big success.
Thank you.
Okay, if we will be able to contribute, we will be happy to do it. We'll do our best. Okay, so I think we came to the conclusion, and I hope we will continue with this kind of webinars to introduce excellent innovators, excellent companies, and maybe help them being more visible and even co-create more in the future. Okay.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye now.